Never dim your light, part 6. Do you want more than just entertainment in your conversation? Do you want more than just to pass the time? Are you aware that our lives, we don't go on forever here on earth? And if so, do you want to make the time count? If so, then for sure you want to go deep in your conversations so that something meaningful will happen. You're a person who wants to find meaning and purpose in your life, and you have a right to that pursuit. You have a right to that quest to find meaning and purpose and direction in your life. And your conversations with others are a reflection and an inspiration to that path. And today, we're just going to have it with that, but I'm going to open up one final time for comments or questions.
Can I say something, Dr. Nerenberg?
Sure.
It's Jennifer.
Who is this?
Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer. I'm glad you're here, Jennifer. I'm glad you're back.
Thank you. Thank you. I guess what I wanted to kind of just share is from my own experience, feeling like I've at times dimmed my light before, and especially in certain situations, kind of like a way to survive, and masking, like you had mentioned before, a lot of aspects of myself, just being really scared to stand out at times and to, quote unquote, I guess, keep the harmony in a group. But in doing so, in reflecting back on that, it's something that has always felt very inauthentic, and that always was something that bothered me. And I think just ultimately I prioritized and chose authenticity over conformity, and I guess fitting in and popularity. So that was just a reflection on my experience.
Jennifer, I think you're a marvelous, amazing human being, and definitely one of the leaders in the honor movement. A deep has to be a deep. Just has to be a deep, and you're a deep. You used the word you were scared, survival, and that's how it feels like to the deeps. Inauthentics, another word that Jennifer used and other people were inauthentic. Deeps want to be authentic. If you have a desire to be genuine and authentic with other people, then you are a deep. And when you're around other deeps, you won't be a misfit. Now, if you felt like an outsider, a misfit, a weirdo, it's because you're around chats. But when you're around deeps, you'll see you're not a misfit, you're not a weirdo, you're not an outsider. The honor movement is in part a gathering of the deeps, like we have with Jennifer, a deep. Jennifer, that was beautiful what you said. Is there anything else you want to add or say or a question?
Well, thank you. But I mean, I guess just kind of piggybacking on what you said, I think that's a reason why I also find this group to be so important, is because it gives us a shared sense of identity and acceptance, and somewhere where we don't have to feel like, we're outsiders. So I do appreciate this space, and yeah, just want to share that.
I say, Jennifer and the other deeps, you're an insider here, accepted for the full beauty and nobility of who you are. Let that light shine. Beautiful, beautiful light. Noble.
I wanted to just kind of piggyback up on what Jennifer said. That's Chris.
Chris.
And, hey, how's it going? And it's a sense of community, right? Amongst these people, amongst everybody here, it does help quite a bit. So you are all appreciated. Thank you.
Wow, Chris, that's another dimension. It's a community of deeps. All your lives, you haven't found it, whether it was a particular religious group, most likely you didn't find it, a philosophical group, a political party, an educational group, a family, a group of friends. You didn't find it. And in the honor movement, we're creating a space for people to be deep, to express that depth, and you're seeing that here. And both what Jennifer said and you just said, Chris, and what Ivan said earlier, it makes other people say, you know, I can speak here. It's safe. I can be myself. It's safe to be me. I mean, to be really me. That's a beautiful gift. You're speaking up and showing your true selves, a beautiful gift to all of us. I'm grateful for the gift of yourselves, giving us yourselves that way. Beautiful gift for us. And it helps other people be themselves. That's precious. That's priceless. Anybody else have anything you want to ask or say?
Doctor, this is Maria.
Maria! I was wondering what I was going to hear from you. Hi, Maria.
I just want to say that I love your poem, because the sun never stops being the sun and shining, and we are who we are, and we should not change for anybody.
You know, everybody that showed me the depth of who they are, beautiful. I have people cry on the phone when I'm talking to them on the app, having a session, and they, believe it or not, people will apologize. I'm so sorry, and they're crying. I say, no, let me see your tears. That's beautiful. Show me your tears. That's who you are at this time. Let me see your tears. But believe me, people right away want to apologize for their tears. I go, no. That's beautiful. Let me see your tears. Believe me, I'd much rather see somebody's tears than a fake smile. Oh, night and day. The tears are very relaxing for me. Fake smile makes me feel like I got to smile back in a fake way, and I don't want to do that. The tears are very relaxing. The authentic being is very relaxing. Go to the deeps. It's not awkward. It's relaxing. Maria, I'm so glad you said this. Is there anything else you want to ask or say, Maria?
No, I'm just taking everybody's input in. I love Jennifer's input. I relate to her. I love her coming in and speaking up.
See, look what just happened. You felt uplifted by Jennifer.
Yes.
And I think others felt uplifted Jennifer. And then Ivan's participation was very uplifting. Chris's. Each one is making the light stronger. The light that's here that gets stronger with each person speaking up. Because people are so used to hiding that light of their true things, but that light is a dimension of how noble you are, how beautiful you are. Anybody else have something you want to ask or say?
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg. It's Anel.
Anel! Oh, good. I'm glad you're here, Anel.
Yes, I'm here. Hi. I wanted to mention, because I know we talked a little bit about it between you and I, how there's introverts and extroverts maybe within the chats and the deep deeps.
Yes.
Right? And so I think this because my husband, he's a deep and I'm a deep, but we manifested in different ways. And I don't know if it's maybe just who we are, like differently, or if it's because I'm hiding that light. For example, he's so easy to like just share anything with any stranger. Like deep
I know you. I know Raimundo. He's a beautiful, beautiful human being. And yeah,
right?
He lets that love shine. Yes. But Anel, you're a very beautiful human being too. When I talk to you, it's just all illumination. When I see you on the app or even hear your voice now, it's a tremendous illumination. Believe me, it really is.
Thank you. But yeah, so I'm more like in public, like, you know, out in the community, I'm a little bit more reserved, right? To show my light, more cautious, right? Because I'm scared like the exploitation or people taking advantage of my deepness. But he doesn't care. And I admire that from him. But it makes the chats, I've noticed, like uncomfortable sometimes. They look at him like weird, you know?
That's what happened. He will be seen as weird. He'll be a deep will be seen as inappropriate.
Yes.
Inappropriate. You say to somebody you just met them, you say, what do you think of life and death? They'll say, what? I don't even know you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how crazy the situation is. But if you said to the person, you know, nice weather we're having, they say, yes, it is. And that's appropriate. Imagine, we have a finite number of moments on this earth, and it's okay to say, isn't that nice weather we're having? Did you see the game yesterday? That's okay. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but that's okay. Well, if you said to the person, what do you think of life, death, what do you think of honor? That's inappropriate. Well, we're about to change that. So politically, we have freedom, but psychologically, we don't have freedom. But now we do. This is a sort of a revolution, a spiritual, emotional revolution. It is appropriate to talk of things that matter. Somebody else doesn't want to go there. That's their right. They don't have to. Maybe they're just not mature enough to do it. But it's your right to do it. You're right.
Yes. Yes, that's all I wanted to share.
And Nell, that was so wonderful. I'm so happy you're here, Nell. I'm so happy to know you. And I'm so happy to know Raimundo. Send my love to him. Beautiful guy. You're both a shining light for all of us. Really.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, really. Yeah. You're totally straight up, authentic people. So also the point that Nell made was you can be a deep, and be an introvert. So it's not, but when you speak, you want to be deep. Or you can be an extrovert. Also, you can have a chat that's an introvert or an extrovert. So it cuts across that line. And you can have an honorable deep or a dishonorable deep. You can have an honorable chat or a dishonorable chat. I mean, you can have chats who are very loyal, loving, honorable people. You have that. Then you have some who are not. But I don't think most of the chats realize how suppressed the deeps feel around them. I don't think. You have two types of chats, the one who actively make you feel weird and the ones who don't know they're doing it. Both types. Wow, that was great. Anybody else of you wonderful people want to ask anything or say anything?
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg. It's Liberty.
Liberty. So glad you're here. Tell me, Liberty, what's in your heart?
Okay, so I'm a little bit conflicted. How do you know if you're a chat or a deep?
Well, okay, we'll go through these questions. Do you want meaning and purpose in your life?
Of course, everyone does.
Well, okay. Well, some people want it more than others. Believe me when I tell you, many of the chats want entertainment more than meaning. Entertainment. So there's one sign that you're deep. Now, when you have a meaningful conversation with somebody, is that a good feeling for you or not?
Oh, it's always a good feeling because our topic are always been like sincere and about life itself, not just
well, Liberty.
small chat.
I would say definitely you are a deep, and those are the signs. You enjoy deep conversations. You like to be yourself, genuine, authentic. You want to find more purpose and meaning in life. You're a deep. Those are the signs.
But that's only with people that I care about.
Yeah, now a lot of people who are deeps. There are people who are deeps who just feel they got to chat until they can see, can I go deep here? So just because you do some chatting doesn't mean you're not a deep. You're really a deep waiting to come out, but you're biding your time. That's very common.
Because I'm like that with all my family and really close friends, but not with everyone. So I'm just
you're a
little
deep.
bit confused.
You're a deep. You're a deep, but you chat to get by and protect yourself. Now, the people like Raimundo and myself, we go deep, and people want to exploit us or turn on us. I mean, we'll handle it. But many say, no, I don't want to have that happen. So they kind of chat it up and go deep where they see it's safe. But you're deep. But yeah, you can see somebody chatting. Yeah, if you see somebody chatting, they might be a deep, but they just are not ready to show themselves yet.
Thank you, Doctor.
It'd be good if people winked. If they're chatting, if they wink, meaning I'm just filling time till I get to know you. Chat, 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 chat. You know, chat, chat, chat. Blink. It'd be good if we gave a heads up, but we don't. What are you going to say?
Sorry, I'd like to say something, Doctor.
Who is this?
First of all, it's Vanessa.
Vanessa, good. I was wondering. Good, Vanessa.
Hi, sorry, I couldn't unmute myself earlier. I was driving, but I just wanted to start off by saying hello and that thank you for everybody's support here. I feel like it's given me a huge boost in confidence lately. But I hear everybody saying that it's easier to be deep with people they know or loved ones. And I'm actually the complete opposite. I feel like a stranger, I'll probably never see them again. Even if they do judge me, I'll never know. Whereas I found myself in the complete opposite situation. I was kind of opening up to some family members over the weekend, and they kind of were like, "Are you drunk?" Or like, "Why are you talking? Why are you getting so deep?" And I was like, "No, I'm completely sober. I just thought like, I felt like opening up, and we were talking about a situation, and I just felt comfortable to open up."
Wow.
But I instantly felt like taken back, and I just closed up really fast.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I just felt really awkward. And
Vanessa,
so I was like,
let me comment on that. When I've taken many flights on planes, people tell you their whole life story. They know they're going to see you. They just tell you everything. I've done the same thing. Now, but the key word you use is alcohol. If people are drinking, then it's sort of like appropriate. We can really talk to each other because we're drunk. Yeah, that's what really people drink, because that way we can open up and really say what's on our mind. But it's the alcohol talking, so it creates a context where we can really be ourselves. But you're saying I'm going to be myself without the alcohol, and that's certainly you're right. Now, the fact that your relatives looked at you and found it a little bit odd. Now, if you keep doing that, eventually they'll say, "Okay, that's just Vanessa." A little bit odd. They might look at you a little bit odd, but I'll tell you what. One-on-one, some of those people can really talk to you now, Vanessa. One-on-one.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've kind of still always been like open with a lot of my family members. Like my dad's my best friend. He probably knows everything. But it was actually my stepmom and my stepsister. I don't ever say stepmom or say stepsister. They're my mom, my sister. But just so that everybody here, they don't know me. And I just was a little taken back by it, but it won't stop me from opening up. I just feel strongly that I've been through a lot and I have a lot to share from my experiences. So I feel like I will still continue to open up. But as much as I did feel a little bit awkward, I didn't feel as awkward as I normally am. And I really feel like, I think it was like the first week on this topic where you said that we feel like misfits. And I was like, wow, that makes so much sense because that's how I've always felt. But I feel like ever since hearing everybody who participates and just understanding that, like, I'm not the only one. And
that's right. You're not alone. That's very reassuring to a lot of people. Not the only. That's key what you just said, Vanessa. Key. You're not the only one.
Yeah, so it feels good. So thank you, everybody, for opening up. And hopefully I'll start to open up more.
Well, Vanessa, let me say this as well. One thing, if you start opening up about life, you say, the reason I'm opening up, just give you some way to preempt it or expand it. The reason I'm opening up is I want to get to know you better. You're my family. I love you. I've known you a long time. I love you. And I want to be more myself with you, and I'm inviting you to be more yourself with me. I'm only doing this because I love you and I care, and I want our time together to be more meaningful. If you explain the context of it, that helps. I'm not saying...
Yeah, I did explain it, and I just kind of was like, I actually said in therapy, we were talking about how I told them everything. I was like, there's chats and there's deep people. I was like, and I finally feel like now
some of them get defensive? Yes, do they get defensive or not?
No, not at all.
So they went deep with you, or they just looked at you as odd?
No, they kind of stood where they were at, but I think that it gave them an understanding. So okay. I just told them that, I feel like now I know who I guess what I am. I understand that I'm a deep person, and that's okay.
Yeah, a lot of times, if you're with chats and you go deep,
yeah, a
lot of times the chats will feel like you're criticizing them for not being deep. The chats will feel like you're criticizing them.
Yeah, not at all,
No, not in that situation. I realize it didn't happen there. But in situations, that's one of the things to watch for. So it has to be done in a very loving way and a very respectful way, which you did. You did it perfectly, Vanessa. You're really on the right track. completely. I'm so glad you're here and sharing that. It's very empowering to hear what you're saying.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Sam or Samantha.
Does anybody have anything you want to ask or say?
Doctor, can you hear me? This is Samantha.
Samantha, I do hear you.
Yeah. So Vanessa, like I really resonate with what you're saying. At first I kind of thought, well, maybe I'm an introverted, a deep. I guess it's just in my profession that I've been in for the past 15 years, we're molded to go in, handle a situation, and then take care of it from there. Particularly in my profession.
What is your profession, Samantha?
Law enforcement, sir.
Oh, law enforcement.
So,
yeah.
A lot of times you get called to handle a domestic or just handle a situation where two civilians are unable to resolve it on themselves or with themselves. And, sometimes it does lead to an arrest. Sometimes it leads to a lengthier detainment. And I've found that a lot of people I do work with, my peers, they do criticize me. Like, why are you going further with this person? They did what they did. Let's go do what we have to do. And it's like, well, hold up. I want to understand the why. A lot of people, we're all one mistake away from getting arrested ourselves, And,
well said.
And I want to understand the why. I want to show them that we're all human beings. Yes, there are consequences to our actions, but I also want them to understand that it isn't always a continuing happening where you're.
Well, here's the thing, Samantha. You're saying, look, you may be a perp. I may have to arrest you. I want you to know I know you're a human being.
Absolutely.
That's the message. That's the message. You're a human being first.
Yeah,
you're a perp second. That's beautiful. That's respect. If we had more of that respect in with our wonderful police officers, and they're wonderful, doing a magnificent job. But if they had extreme respect always, that would change. That would change society. That would change the world. Actually, it would actually change the world. Absolutely.
I think, yeah, and that's awesome because if I were ever on the other side of that, I feel like that's so reassuring. I think if you are the person, that's being detained or whatever, you probably feel crushed or upset, but to have somebody there that's also doing their job, but is also nurturing, that's awesome.
I think we'd all agree, Samantha, if we have to be arrested, we want to be arrested by you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're a doctor.
You're showing respect of the human being. You say, I got to arrest you. Heck, I may even have to shoot you. But, I wish you well. I recognize you're a human being. I have to do this, whatever it is. That's the attitude. That's taking it to another level. There are not going to be many like you, Samantha. That's a whole other level. And that's wonderful that you have that in you. Wonderful.
Right. And I'm trying to teach that with my peers by joining like peer support groups and, talking to them.
Samantha, you saw my book, The Teachings of Honor. You've seen the book, right?
Yes, sir.
Now there's a letter there written to the police force about becoming, officers of respect, extreme respect. Read that letter and then text me what you think of it. You'll see it in the book.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Because I have a little one-page program to bring to our wonderful police people. Wow.
Awesome. Yes, sir.
Wow. I'm very eager to hear from you on that. Very eager.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. That's incredible. You notice how we've gained momentum? When I first started asking anybody any comments or questions, it was like pulling teeth. Nobody wanted to say anything. That's pretty typical with this. And then one person speaks up, then the others start opening up. That's the process of there. Realizing, hey, put your toe in. Hey, it's safe. The water's fine. I can jump in. Let's go for a swim. It's beautiful that you've done that. Well, it's been my pleasure and my privilege to present to you Never Dim Your Light to Fit In.